Atmosphere and great game, and we really didn't get upset like we normally do with a bad performance, because with this team, what you have to do is give the other team credit, because they played great. The game was refereed different than we expected, but it was fair both ways. I'm talking about Virginia. And I just told the message I told our guys was, I know you're disappointed, but when adversity hits and you're on the mat and you fall down, you don't get judged by falling down, because you're going to fall down a lot in your life. It's how you get up. And I said, so you'll be judged tonight with this basketball game on how you get up, collectively and individually. And I thought our guys defensively, rebounding-wise, just got up in a big-time way. I'm real proud of them.
How much was transition and slowing them down, and how much?
It was the game. I mean, with one-day prep, we really worked hard on. Only Ray a few times tried to steal it back rather than get down the court. We were brilliant with transition defense. We did a fabulous job of making sure that we got in the paint. This was a record for us. We had 60 paint touches in that game. That's a lot. We won 45 and we got 60. And we played, obviously, superb defense as well.
Is tonight a good example of how good you guys can be when you get steals and are able to create points off turnovers?
You know, I'm not going to play down the win, and I'm not going to get too upset at Virginia. I really don't know how good this team can be, because we're so inexperienced and so young. I tried to get Trey to understand tonight when he turned the ball over, it's not about your offense, son. We're all about defense here. We miss shots, it's okay. You turn it over, it's okay. So if we go down and we stop them, your turnover's negated. And you've got to develop that mindset, because he gets so consumed with a mistake. So he's starting to come. Damian doesn't care about mistakes. He could care less about anything. There's no hat on his head.
Rick, would you talk about Damian's play tonight? Shot the ball much better.
You know, he's a big-time basketball player, big-time scorer, and as Billy Raftery would say, he's got big-time onions.
Coach, you guys only gave up 7 second chance points tonight. I think, keeping Bryce Johnson off the offensive backboards was huge.
Well, we did it quite a few times. They stole the ball back, with Nano thought he got fouled, but you got to give them credit for getting it back. But, on one-day prep, the thing about North Carolina, it's so difficult, is you got to stop them in transition. You got to stop their 1-3-1. You got to stop their 3-2. You got to stop their run and jump. You got to stop their man-to-man where they deny every pass. They're really difficult to prepare for with a week, never mind a day. But I think our guys were just so, I wouldn't use the word embarrassed. I think they were so disappointed that they didn't focus in on the game plan. And they had a right to play bad in some areas, because Nanu missed 2 days of practice. Jalen missed 2 days of practice. 2 days of practice were awful. We weren't supposed to play that bad. But again, Tony Bennett's one of the brilliant defensive coaches in the nation, and they deserve all the credit.
How big of a lift did Ray give you tonight?
Gave us a big lift, with the exception of the steal and the Magic Johnson act. He was great. I didn't see the Anas Mahmoud pass. I said to Ralph, he didn't just throw it behind the back, did he? He said he did it, and it was great.
Given with Matthew Yang being hurt and the kind of perpetual foul trouble for Onuaku, how pleased are you with the other guys being able to give you enough?
They're all very, very young, and I really don't know what to expect from this basketball team, because even Trey and Damian, as good as they are on offense, they're young defensively, because they weren't asked to play this type of defense against North Carolina, against this team. They're obviously just trying to pull off the upset at Cleveland State or Drexel and then win their league. But Ray is getting better and better. I went with him over Jalen just because what they do is they spread you out and they try to beat you off the bounce, and we had to have quickness in there rather than strength.
As the game goes along, are you conscious that Damian has not had a rest that you...
Yeah, I knew he didn't. I was more concerned with Ray playing the minutes than I was with Damian. He's 23 years old. If he can't play 40 minutes, come on, he's probably lying about his age, probably 27. No, he's a well-conditioned athlete. I really don't worry about that at all, and he's used to it. And I worry about Nanu and Jalen, giving them breaks. And Q played a lot of minutes there. And, Quentin Snyder, if you look at his stats, you don't think he played well. He was brilliant tonight. He was great tonight. I mean, he's 2 for 11, but he kept beating the pressure the whole night. And I thought he was just big time. And obviously 7 assists and 1 turnover playing against Carolina is great. When you beat the number 1 rebounding team in the conference 41-39 and shooting 53% in the second half, where there's not many offensive rebounds, you're doing a great job.
You talk about not knowing what to expect. Did you have any question at all about how they would bounce back? I mean, they haven't had a loss.
I didn't know. To be honest with you, Eric, I didn't know. I knew the last 4 years about my team. You know, they'd be so afraid of me that they would never want to lose 2 games in a row. But this team, I didn't get upset at them. I just told them to get off the mat. You know, you got to know certain people. You know, and this team, you got to give them confidence. So I didn't know it, but now that I've seen it, I'm very, very impressed.
Donovan, I mean, it seems like every time you guys play.
You are the biggest Donovan Mitchell fan I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen a bigger fan, and I am too, by the way.
2 points, 5 rebounds.
I know, you just love him.
Why do you think, what is it about his makeup against bigger opponents?
You know, he's a 6'2" T-Will. You know, he's a freak athlete. And, you know, just like some of the rebounds that you need, here he goes and said, oh my God, you see that? And then he tries to dunk plays that you don't even think about players should think about dunking. So I agree with you, Jeff. I'm a big fan as well as you. Pat, did you?
You talked about Snyder. How important was he to getting all those paint touches? As far as
He had a great game tonight. Great game. Now, he won't look at it that way, but if I'm judging a point guard, he was terrific tonight.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.